Hey, Sunshine Yogis. Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine State of Mind Yoga. Today, I thought I would start off the new month of October by bringing you a hip happy flow. We all know that those hips can be pretty pesky when it comes to tightness and inflexibility. So this flow is designed to help open up those chronically tight areas. There'll be some emphasis on stretching out our hamstrings and our low back too, because they're all connected to that hip joint. Feel free to stop this practice, anywhere along the line if that's all you need in terms of getting your hip workout. There will be some standing poses towards the end if you want to take it all the way before we come back down to the mat. Whether you're doing this in the morning to start your day off or in the evening to close it out, be prepared to breathe deeply. Our hips really want that breath, and we need to be able to release the tightness there through our breath. So today I'll meet you standing at the top of the mat and we'll get right into it. So come to stand with your feet underneath your hips and toes pointing forward. Stack your shoulders over those hips and ground through the soles of the feet. Let's bring the hands together in front of the heart in prayer, which is Anjali Mudra here, and close the eyes down. We'll take a moment just to let ourselves center and settle. Feeling our heart expand with each breath in, and feeling that heart energy expand through the body with each breath out. Letting your awareness just drop onto that breath. And following the intake of breath on your inhale, noticing what that feels like as you fill yourself up with oxygen, energy, fuel. And then follow the outtake of breath as you breathe out through your nose, just noticing that contraction, the emptying, the releasing. Finding a steady breath here, breathing in and out through the nose. And if it's morning, you may want to set an intention here for your day, for your practice. You could create a blessing or a dedication. If it's evening, you may want to be in gratitude, thinking of something that you're grateful for that happened to you today. Whatever it is for you, add on this other dimension, calling in a higher power, a higher source, layering that onto our physical practice. Uniting body, breath, mind, and spirit. This is our yoga. Feeling the connection, let's inhale the eyes open. And as we exhale, release the arms down beside us, palms facing forward. On your next breath in, let's sweep the arms up and overhead. Reach them high, palms pressed together. As you exhale, take a big cactus of the arms as you lift the center of the chest. Look up, open your heart, your throat, your collarbones. Elbows drop back and down. Now as you inhale, stretch your arms forward, round your spine, and let the back of the hands meet out in front of you. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Feel the shoulder blades stretching apart from one another here. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, let's just release those arms down beside us. Stand tall, palms facing forward. A couple of rounds of that, opening up our back. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms as you lift your heart. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back. Inhale, now round as the arms stretch forward, backs of the hands meet, tuck your chin to your chest. And as you exhale, come to stand and release the arms alongside of you. One more round, big breath in, sweeping the arms overhead, palms meet. Exhale, open the throat, the heart, the chest as you cactus those arms. Lean back, a little back then. Inhale, now round, arms stretch forward. Backs of the hands meet. Make a C curve and shape with your spine. And as you exhale, come to stand Palms facing forward, arms release beside you. Big breath in, reach up. And this time, as you exhale, soften the knees and fold forward. Flat back takes you down. First forward fold, Uttanasana. Generous bend in those knees. They probably need it, whether it's the end of the day or the beginning. Shake the head out and let the weight of your head assist in opening up your back side. Feel any tension releasing as you exhale out, keeping the knees bent, or as they start to open up those hamstrings, maybe straightening the legs a little bit. Feel free to sway from side to side, letting that head hang. Feel the stretch in the low back, the tug along the hamstrings, the glutes. Encouraging deep breaths to find those spaces and open them up. Good, now make airplane arms with or wings with your arms and stretch your arms alongside of you, palms facing back and down. On an in-breath, engage your core, lift up halfway, press into your feet. Simultaneously lengthen through the crown and the tailbone as the spine gets long. Imagine your back to be flat here. Big breath in. On the exhale, soften, fold, and release. Press into the feet and rise all the way up as the arms sweep alongside of you. Reach up for the sky. And as you exhale, let's fold forward again. Soften the knees as much as you need to. Airplane arms, halfway lift, long spine. Reach out through the crown of the head. Look forward past the edge of your back. Exhale, soften to fold. Inhale to rise. Half sun salutations here to warm us up. And exhale, diving forward. Halfway lift with those airplane arms, engage here. Belly button pulls towards spine. Exhale, release the hands down, step your left foot back, and then your right, find plank pose here. Press into your hands, stack those shoulders over your wrists, and then press through the heels as you stretch up the soles of the feet. Lift your belly button in and up towards your heart, and lengthen your tailbone towards your heels. Ask your body to find its breath and its strength. You can always drop to your knees here. Big breath in. Engage navel towards spine as you breathe out. Downward facing dog. Now in this first down dog, feel free to move as much as the body is calling for. With those tighter hamstrings, you may want to pedal out, bending one knee and then the other. Everyone, loosen your head and your neck by shaking the head yes and no. Grounding through the thumb and the forefinger of both hands, press back so that the tailbone lifts. And stretch your heels to the floor as much as feels comfortable to you. Stay here and breathe. You know your body is craving this pose. It always does. Feel that lengthening as you drop into your body. Spine lengthening, hamstrings and glutes lengthening. Deep breath in. On the exhale, drop down to your knees and create a tabletop position. Stacking your shoulders over your wrists here and your hips over your knees. Stretch your right toes back, round them into the mat, and let's just press that heel away, and then just rock on the ankle, stretching out our foot and our ankle here, preparing to do some deep work in our hips, making sure the breath is nice and steady. We'll go ahead and lift that right leg, keep your foot flexed. Bend the knee and draw the knee up towards your shoulder and start to create big circles. So we're rotating it around, drawing the knee forward, down, and back. Good. Reversing direction. Breathe into the sensations. There may be some noise, a little clicking, right? Lots of tightness here, so the breath is important. Hold and stretch the leg back. And inhale, swing it all the way out to the right, tap the toes. As you exhale, swing it all the way to the left. So you're crossing over your left foot, creating a C shape with the side body. Inhale, tap it right, nice and wide. Exhale, take it to the left, crossing over. One more time, inhale to the right. And then exhale to the left, we're going to land here. Push into the ball mound of your foot and turn your gaze to the left. Bump your hips to the right and feel that deep stretch all along the right side of the body. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to swing that right foot out to the right one more time. Round the foot down, point the toes forward. Take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, sit the hips back. You're going to feel the stretch in your right inner thigh, all connected to the hip joint. You may want to pulse by inhaling, coming forward, and exhaling, setting it back. Up to you. You could stay back there with hips to heel. Whatever feels good for you. Good, one more time, let's stretch it back if you're pulsing. Breathe deeply. And then back up to tabletop, we'll sweep that right leg back and step the foot forward up by your right thumb. Round through your knee and your front foot, hug the inner thighs and outer hips together and rise up into your kneeling lunge. When it feels comfortable, or if it feels comfortable, just let the front knee drop forward a little bit and feel a nice deep stretch in the front of your left hip flexor. That's your psoas muscle, a very deep muscle in the body. Good, now stretch your right arm forward and sweep it down and back and come into a twist. Making a T shape with your arms, you're gonna pull that right hip back. Stack the left hip over the left knee. Arms create a T shape, energize out through your fingertips. Feel that nice deep stretch through your core. Big breath in. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, and let's release into a half split. So we're going to straighten that right leg as we pull the right hip crease back. Grounding the big toe to begin with to stretch out the top of the ankle. Come on to fingertips or blocks if you need some assistance here, stretching the heart forward. And maybe as you feel comfortable in pulling those right toes back, getting a deeper stretch in the hamstring. Deep breaths, just like I said at the beginning of class. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Release the foot down. If you have the toes curled up, walk your hands forward, lift that back knee, step up, and find your forward fold. Take any movement here, swaying to side, from side to side, whatever feels right and good. And releasing hands if you have any kind of bind. Sweep the arms, roll yourself up, big breath in, reach for the sky, and exhale. Hands come to the heart. Switching sides now. I'm going to switch sides, but you stay where you are. Big breath in, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Take it down. Airplane those arms into a halfway lift. Squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back. Engage your belly button. Core is strong here. Exhale to release. Step your right leg back and then your left, finding your plank pose. This time, tap your left toes out to the left. Bring it back in. Alternating right toes out to the right and in. Taking this little sequence, using your breath. If this is too much for you, drop to the knees and just hold your plank. We're working those outer hip muscles here. Breathing strength into the body. One more round. And back to center. Find your plank, breathe in. On an exhale, breathe it back, downward facing dog. Nice work, everyone. Breathe here. Lifting those hips high. Press forward and down into the hands. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. Nice deep breath. And on the exhale, we'll let those knees drop down to the mat. Come into your tabletop position. Stretching left toes back this time. Round the toes and the ball of the foot. And just start to rock forward and back. Opening up that left ankle, the sole of the left foot. Good. And then inhale, lift the left leg, flex the foot. As you exhale, draw the left knee towards the shoulder, down and around as we start those juicy hip circles here. Right off the bat, you'll know if this is your tighter side. It is mine. Reverse. Taking that movement in both directions. Awesome. And then stretching the leg back. We're going to inhale, tap those toes out to the left. As you exhale, swing them all the way to the right, crossing over that right ankle. Inhale out to the left. Exhale to the right. Last time, inhale, tap left. And exhale, tap right. We're going to hold here. Look over the right shoulder, bump the hips to the left, and breathe into your left side body. Oh yeah, lots of tightness there. Stay with your breath. Good. Good, release and bring that left leg back behind you. On an exhale, step the foot up by the thumb. Round through that left foot. Hug the inner thighs and outer hips in and rise up. Find your kneeling lunge. Anjaneyasana here. When you feel ready, maybe you kind of dip down into that left knee and stretch out that right hip flexor a little bit more. Soften your inner shoulders with those lifted arms. Brighten your fingertips. Stretch your left arm forward, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, circle it down and back and come into your twist, a T-twist, facing the left side of your mat. Your arms are outstretched from your heart, in line with your shoulders. Palms face forward. Stack that right hip over the right knee, so you're not here, but you're back, stacked. Good. Breathe in, feel the twist. As you breathe out, cartwheel the hands down, and let's take that little half Hanuman, half split. Rounding the big toe mound down first. Just pull that left hip crease back. Feel the stretch. Keep your heart lifted, your chest lifted, your gaze forward. Breathing into whatever this side brings, and not being judgmental in any way, just understanding our bodies. And maybe then curling the toes back towards the shin, going a little bit deeper. If you take this option, go deeper with your breath. Breathing in. Breathing out. Beautiful. Let's ground that big toe. Walk the hands forward. Lift the back knee, step it back to plank pose. Press down and into the earth. Feel a little rounding between the shoulder blades. Lift the navel in and up as you press back through your heels. Good. Find your strength. Create some warmth and some energy. And then inhale, pull everything into center. As you exhale, press back. Find downward facing dog. Let everything go here. Lift the right leg. We're going to bend the knee and just open the hip here. Press the left heel towards the mat as you lengthen the left hamstring while you open that right hip. Feel free to roll your right ankle out. Good. Straighten the leg, square off the hips. Press the heel away, get long on that right side, and then lower the right foot down. Left side now lifts. You're going to bend that left knee, breathing into the left hip here, and stretching that right heel to the mat at the same time. Stretching our right hamstring. Feel free to roll out the left ankle, keeping the shoulders squared, evenly pressing through both hands. Good, now straighten the left leg and square the hips. The toes are flexed down towards the mat. Stretch out from left wrist to left heel, and then bring that left foot down. Big breath in, lift your tailbone, stretch your spine and your hamstrings. And as you exhale, lower the knees to the mat. Take child's pose here. Press the hips back towards the heels. You can keep your knees wide or together, the way I am practicing the pose today. Concentrate on sending breath into your backside. Feel the release in the low back. Breathe into those creases of your hips, those deep creases of your hips. Be generous with your breath and generous with your compassion for your body. Practicing ahimsa. Good. Now come back up to tabletop. We're going to start with our left leg now. So stretch the left leg back. You're going to ground the toes. So bringing the ball of the foot to the mat. As you inhale, you're going to lift the left leg. As you exhale, ground the toes, press into the hands, and round as you pull your right knee into your chest. So chin is tucked to the chest, and you're lifting here. Round that knee, inhale, lift the left leg. As you exhale, toes come down, pull that right knee into chest. Good. Lower the knee, inhale, lift. And then exhale, pull the knee into the chest. Last time, inhale, lift that left leg. And as you exhale, pivot the right toes off the mat and open up into a modified side plank here. So my left leg is extended out from my hip. My foot is flexed. My left arm is stacked over my right. Stretch that left arm overhead now. Get a nice long stretch through the body here. And then you're going to bend the knee and grab your left foot with your left hand. Curl your body into this hip opener, quad opener, as you pull your left heel towards your left buttocks. Wrap your left shoulder back, let your head go, and breathe. This is a super yummy stretch. I love this one. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Now follow me as we release. Let that left leg stretch out. Bring the left hand down. Now you're going to go ahead and cross your left knee in front of your right. You're going to widen the distance between your feet. So nice and wide from the front. It looks like this. My knees are stacked and crossed. My ankles and my feet are nice and wide. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're just going to stretch your hips back into that space between your heels. This is a really nice hip stretch. If you are ready to or want to go into Gomukhasana, you're more than welcome to. But this is kind of a kinder variation. And it's a good deep stretch. Now practice those deep breaths here. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Wherever you are, stay with your breath and the sensations that are building here. Good. Rise on up and then gently unwind. Take the left foot back, come to the ball of that left foot, and then the right to join it. Taking a deep breath in, exhale, pull back, downward facing dog. Let everything go. Feel the blood coming back into that left side. Separate your feet a little bit wider here. And as you breathe in, lift up onto your toes, getting those heels nice and high. As you exhale, let's spin both heels off to the right. Now press those hips to the right as you press through your hands, feeling that nice outer hip stretch. And oh yeah, we're going to enjoy this on the other side. So as we inhale, come on up, back to center, high on the toes. Exhale as you drop the heels to the left, press the hips to the left. Feel that deep stretch. Oh yeah. Good. Inhale as we come back to center here. And as we exhale, we'll go ahead and drop the knees down to the floor, refinding your tabletop, restacking here. And taking that sequence on the other side, stretching the right toes back this time, bringing the ball of the foot to the mat. As you inhale, you're going to lift that right leg, stretch your heart and gaze forward. As you exhale, ground the toes, push into the hands and lift that left knee to chest as you round and curl in. Lower the knee, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, toes ground, knee pulls into chest. Really good sequence for the core. Inhale, lift that right leg. Exhale, pull, knee to chest. Last time, inhale, lift, right leg up. And then exhale, knee to chest. Curl in, breathe in, and lower that left knee down. Swivel the left toes off the mat, roll open to the right side of your mat and come into your modified side plank. Again, my right leg is extending out through my right hip, pressing through the right heel with that flex foot, stacking right arm over left. Sweep that right arm overhead alongside your ear. Envision that length you're creating. And then bending the right knee, reaching for the right foot. Let's curl into our quad and hip opener here. Drawing the right heel towards the body, wrapping your right shoulder back. Deep breath in. And then follow me as we exhale. Cartwheel that right hand down. And then go ahead and sweep the right knee in front of the left. Separate your feet and your ankles nice and wide. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, set those hips back towards the heels, coming in to this variation of Gomukhasana. Feeling an outer hip stretch here. Breathing deeply into those hip creases. Relaxing your shoulders, but deepening your breath. Staying with it. Good, one more breath in. And as you exhale, rise up. Gently unwind your legs. Take a moment here. Good, as you are ready, push back to downward facing dog. Lower the heels and walk your hands back to meet your feet. Forward fold, Uttanasana. With your eyes closed, notice how much more space you've created on that back side of your body. Notice how much easier it is to get closer, thighs and chest. Feeling a more straightness in the legs, perhaps. Breathing in here. Thanking your body for the breath and all that it can do. Releasing any bind you may have. Slowly roll yourself up to stand. Stacking your bones as you go. And finding yourself nice and tall on arrival. Good, now you could end your practice there. We're gonna add on some standing poses and get deeper into the hips this way. So wherever you'd like to be at this point in the practice, either join us or that could be enough for you today. All right, we're gonna ground on our left leg. And we're gonna bring the sole of the right foot somewhere along the inseam of our left leg. So if you're new to tree pose for Vrikshasana, bringing the foot down here by the ankle and turning the knee out is a perfect place to begin. As you get steady with your balance, maybe slide that foot up to the calf, or maybe all the way up with a little assist into that upper thigh. Standing hip opener here. You can feel this, right? We're turning the hips open. We're inviting that right knee out and down. Finding balance and steadiness. Gazing forward and finding a still place to let your gaze land. Hands can be at the heart center, arms can open. Any expression that you may feel for your tree, feel free to embody that. Be aware of wobbles and be aware of falling, which is fine. These are our teaching moments. We just pay attention, we don't critique or judge. Good, now release the sole of the foot, draw the knee forward. Let's do those hip circles while we stand. This is tricky. If you have a countertop or a chair or something nearby you, whoops, go ahead and use it, right? It's good for our balance. Not easy to do. Taking those circles in both directions. Drawing the knee back to center, we're going to step all the way back with that right foot, landing on the ball of the foot, and sweep the arms open and overhead for high lunge, high crescent lunge pose. Beautiful, beautiful pose. Now I'll take it to the side so you can see where we're going. I'm bending into the front knee, and my front knee is stacked over my ankle. Feeling the stretch here in the front of that right hip. Good, now bring your hands together, create a little steeple as you lift up through the fingertips. And then as you exhale, lift the low ribs and lean off to the left, intensifying the stretch that you're getting in the front of your hip. Breathe steadily here. Inhale as you rise back to center. And then exhale, we're going to open to warrior two pose. So now facing the long side of your mat, we're going to widen our stance. Check down for heel to arch alignment. Check in with knee over ankle. And make sure that your knee is pointing towards the pinky toe side of your foot. Not rolling in, but rolling out, right? That is intensifying that opening of the hip there. Stacking your torso right in the center of your mat, shoulders over hips, and really energizing your arms, relaxing the upper shoulders, but arms are working here. Good, as we inhale, take a reverse warrior. So legs stay the same. We're reaching that left arm back and overhead. Exhale, find extended side angle, and just sweep that top arm, now your right arm overhead. We're just going to flow with ease between these two. Just keeping the legs working, strong foundation, and flowing above. Good, inhale forward, extended side, and exhale, reverse warrior. Come on back to warrior two, straighten that front leg, and then we're going to pivot the toes so that they face the long side of the mat and get a little pigeon-toed. Toes point in, heels point out. Take a deep breath in, bring your hands to your hips, elongate the torso. As you exhale, let's fold forward with that flat back and come all the way down. Release the hands down. You may shimmy or heel toe the feet a little wider if you have that ability. Drawing the crown down towards the mat. Finding spaciousness in those inner leg lines. Breathing in and out. Good, let's walk the hands forward. Place the left hand in the center of your mat. And inhale, twist open to the right. Right arm reaches high. You may want to bend into your left knee here. Stretching that right leg straight. And then coming back, release. Replace the right hand with the left. Inhale, turn open to the left. Lifting left arm up, twisting left. Maybe on an exhale, you bend into that right knee. Stretch out that left leg. Inhale, back to center, release. And exhale, fold forward. Let it all go. Good, hands to hips, rise up halfway, flat back here, press into your feet. And then exhale, come all the way up, push down on the hips with the hands to rise up. Heel toe the feet in, maybe take a little hop and find yourself back at the top or the middle of your mat, wherever you may be. Taking that sequence on the other side, Gomukhasana, tree pose. Right leg is our standing leg. Again, your foot can be down by the ankle. With time and with practice, maybe it's up by the calf, or maybe you guide it up towards your upper inner thigh. Feel the difference on this side. There could be more wobbles. This could be your steady tree side. Invite in any expression if you feel like opening your arms, or simply stay with your breath, your focus, grounding through your standing leg, opening up your left hip, right? Drawing that knee back and open, feeling the front of the hips, taking a nice stretch here. Good. Now release the sole of the foot, draw that left knee forward, and practice standing hip circles. Right? No judgment. This is not easy without something to assist us. So do what you can. Notice if you're feeling a little more lubricated in that hip. Good. Back to center with that knee lift. Step it back. Land on the ball of the foot. Reach your arms overhead for your high crescent lunge. Relax your inner shoulders. Press back through that left heel. Elongate your sides. Bring the palms to meet, create a little steeple shape, big breath in, arms stretch up alongside the ears, lift out of the low ribs, up and over to the right as you stretch out that left side. Keep your right knee stacked over the ankle. Notice what's going on this side. Stay with the breath, a nice big smile. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, we're going to open to warrior two. Let me turn. You're facing the long side of your mat. Your right leg is forward, knee bent over the ankle. You have heel to arch alignment. Press down into the outer edge of your back foot. Allow that right knee to stack. Arms come to a T. Reach out through the fingertips. Find your alignment here, not only with the feet, but with that upper body. Shoulders right over the hips. And then looking forward, or you can also turn your gaze out past your middle finger. Round through your legs, turn everything on in that foundation. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Keeping the flow, inhale to reverse. Exhale, extended side. Legs are working strong. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, extended side. Inhale, last reverse here. And then exhaling back to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Good, pivot the toes. And we're gonna turn the toes out like ballerina style this time. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, we're gonna bend the knees and stack them over our ankles. Take a little bit wider stance than you might normally do. Allow your tailbone to drop. Keep your spine nice and straight. Imagine there's a wall back behind you and you're just sliding up and down that wall. Yes, we can feel this. We're gonna lift that right heel. So you're gonna press into the toes and then stretch that left leg straight, really sending energy down and into those left toes. Draw the heel down. Other side, left heel lifts. Stretch the right leg. Press down and into those left toes. Anybody else feeling this? I am. Bend the knees. Lift the right heel. Straighten the left leg as you lean into that right side. Lower the heel. Left heel lifts. Straighten the right leg. Lean into the left side and back to center. Good, drop down into your goddess. Straighten the legs. Beautiful. Heel toe the feet in a little bit wider than hips width distance. Keep the toes turned out. The hands still remain at that heart center. Deep breath in, right down into Malasana Yogi Squat. So I promise this to be hip happy, and it is. I hope you're finding that to be true. We're going to drop the tailbone down and lift our heart here. If your heels are lifted, that's fine. Use your elbows to wedge your knees open. Use your smile to keep you in the pose. Breathing here. Just connecting with our body through our breath. As we do this, we notice the mind stills. We lose track of time. We find what's important. We let all the busyness go. One more breath. And release by bringing your hands back behind you and letting your tailbone drop to the floor. Stretch out your legs if you'd like here. Give them a good wiggle or shake. Good. And then inviting your left ankle to your right thigh. I'll turn to the side here. We're going to slide that right heel in. Our hands are back behind us with the fingertips pointing forward. You're flexing this left foot and you're creating a knee to ankle alignment. We're coming into a figure 4 stretch here. As I press into my hands, I'm lifting my chest. Pretty sure you're going to feel this on your left outer hip. This is a big stretch. This might be too much for you. If it is, you can always slide that right heel away from you. Maybe just take it like this with that right leg extended. This is pretty juicy, especially if you're lifting your heart towards your shin. For those of you who want a little more, you can press into your hands and that right foot and maybe lift up into a tabletop, a reverse tabletop position. Keeping that figure 4, drawing the knee down and wide. Opening up across the chest, wrapping your shoulder heads back and open. If you're here, slowly release with breath. And then for everyone, let's stretch that right leg straight. Now guide your left heel to your outer right hip and stack your left knee over your right. So here we are in this Gomukhasana variation. Right leg extended. Take a deep breath in, come up on your fingertips. And as you exhale, stretch them forward towards your right foot. Big hamstring, glute, stretch here. If you haven't already stretched them out enough, this will probably do it. If you can, grab onto something, keep your heart lifted. Stay with your breath. I know I really feel this. Yeah. Stay here as long as you would like, and when you're ready to release, walk your hands back, lift your chest, and then just bring the sole of that left foot to the mat alongside your right inner thigh, or outer thigh, excuse me. Draw your right arm across your left shin, hook the elbow there underneath your knee. Take a breath in and lengthen. And as you exhale, we're just going to twist here. Invite the left knee towards your right shoulder as you twist. Wrap your left ribs to the back side and your right ribs to the front side. Each breath in, you get tall. And each breath out, you try to deepen your twist. Good. One more breath. And then slowly unwind. Let's release that left leg out front with the right. Go ahead and shimmy. And then we'll bring the right ankle to the left thigh. Hands come back behind you, fingertips pointing towards the top of your mat. Slide that left heel in any amount. You're going to draw that right knee away from you as you open up. Lift your chest towards your shin. Flex your right foot. Breathe into this side. This may hold more tightness, more mysteries, more secrets, who knows? Or it might be nice and open and you're just enjoying a juicy stretch. Stay here or lift up into your reverse tabletop. Lifting the hips, inviting that right knee back and down, dropping the head back, opening up. As your shoulder blades come together on your back, your collarbones widen here. Breathe into it. As you are ready, soften down. Take another deep breath, lift your chest towards your shin. And as you exhale, we'll release by sliding that left heel forward. And then invite the right knee to stack over the left. So your left heel is coming to the outside, or your right heel is coming to the outside of your left hip. Fingertips outside of you, take a breath in as you lengthen. And as you exhale, fold any amount here. This is very tight for me on this side. Left side is always my sticky side. Breathe into it wherever you are. Maybe you want to close your eyes and just experience sensation that way. Closing the eyes eliminates some of our outer external distractions and may help us to do a better job of connecting with our breath and our body. Feel the body softening as you exhale. Walking the hands back, lifting up. We're going to bring the right foot to the mat outside of our left thigh. Hugging that right shin with the left arm, hook the elbow there underneath the knee. And as you inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, just twist. Invite your right knee towards your left shoulder, hug it in. As you breathe in, nice long spine. As you breathe out, find your twist. Good, slowly unwind. Now bring the soles of the feet together out in front of you. Let the knees open nice and wide. Coming into Gomukhasana. The closer you slide in the heels, the deeper the inner thigh stretch. So find a position somewhere that feels right for you. You can interlace your hands underneath the soles of the feet. Get nice and tall here. Energetically ask gravity to help draw the knees towards the earth. Breathing in. Breathing out. If you'd like to invite a leaning forward of the chest to invite in more of a stretch in those inner thighs, you are welcome to. Maybe your elbows find your calves or your thighs to rest. Another option would be maybe sliding those heels further away from you and taking more of a passive stretch, just rounding into it. Getting a deep stretch, not only in the hips, but in your back. So finding something that works for you here. We're winding down now, so make it delicious, make it good for you, make it serve your body, whatever feels right. Good, and then if you fold it forward, bring yourself back and upright. Invite the knees together and slowly bring yourself down and onto your backs. Let's hug those knees into the chest. You can create little circles, holding on to the knees and just releasing any remaining tightness that may be there in your low back or the back of the hips, outer hips. And then our last delicious pose for the day, happy baby. Slide your arms inside of your legs, reach for the outer edges of your feet. Bring the soles of the feet to the sky with the knees bent and ankles stacked over the knees. We're actively drawing the feet down, dropping into our hips here. Drawing the knees towards the earth and stretching our tailbone to the mat at the same time. Closing the eyes, you may feel guided to maybe stretch one leg straight as you press a heel away from you. Whatever feels good, maybe both legs into a straddle or a V shape. This is your practice and your last few delicious moments, so whatever feels right, I invite you to incorporate that. Good, and when you are ready, and only then, release happy baby, and knees to the chest one more time. Maybe you lift your forehead to meet your knees. And then exhale your body long and set yourself up for Shavasana. Bringing the feet nice and wide, relaxing the feet and the hands. Palms are turned up. Open up the shoulders by walking them away from one another, creating a little more space on your back. Lift your sit bones up and draw your tailbone longer and release. And just let everything go, taking a deep breath in. Sigh it out and relax. And you are welcome to take this beautiful, relaxing pose for as long as you would like. Shavasana is the reward, but it's so important that we take it. It's the pose that integrates all the hard work and the efforting that we have done. So give yourself permission to sit and rest in Shavasana as long as you would like. I thank you for joining me today, my Sunshine State of Mind yogis. I hope this practice served you and your hips well. Please turn to it anytime you need a good stretch. And I hope you like, subscribe, and share with others as you feel guided to do so. Thank you so much for joining me today and spreading your beautiful sunshine. Namaste, yogis.